Hello and welcome back to the C++ Part 2, or Programming in C++ Part 2 series. In this video we're going to cover the last two exercises from Chapter 10, which deals with classes and data abstract exercises. So, that said, the first exercise in this video is going to be Programming in C++ Part 2, Programming Exercise 10-21. And here in this exercise, we're going to define the class bank account to implement the basic properties of a bank account. An object of this class should store the following data: account holder's name, which is a string; account number, which is an integer; account type, which is a string; checking and savings, checking/savings; the balance, which is a double; and interest rate, a double; and store interest rate as a decimal number, of course, because it's a double. Add appropriate member function to manipulate an object. Uses a static member in the class to automatically assign account numbers. Also declare an array of 10 components of type bank account to process up to 10 customers, and write a program to illustrate how to use your class. Example output shown below. Enter 1 to add a new customer, enter 2 for an existing customer, enter 3 to print customer data, enter 9 to exit the program. So this selection, they picked 1 to add a new customer, and it says enter customer's name, Dave Brown, enter account type, checking, savings, checking, enter amount to be deposited to open account, $10,000, enter interest rate as a percentage, 0.01. So that's basically 10%. Right. And once again, the menu comes up 1, 2, 3, or 9. So if they picked 3 this time to print the customer data, and you have Dave Brown checking, 1100 is an account number, $10,000 is balance, interest rate is 10% or 0.01%. That would be 10%. But yeah, 0.01%. Alright, so we're not going to change it to a percent to a decimal. We're just going to put the double there without the percent, but we can add the percent in the cout as we normally do, so it's not just printed as a word or a text. Alright, since your program handles currency, make sure to use a data type that can store decimals with a precision set to 2 decimals. And then task 1, program produces the correct current or the correct output. Alright, so let's look at our... Actually, let's go straight to our header file first, and there's nothing given there, so we have to build it from scratch, and we'll do that right after this. Alright, let's start by adding our include statements. First one, of course, will be IOStream. And we'll use string. Let's use using namespace std. Then we'll do our class bank account. And use our brackets, and we'll make the first one public. Tab over. Let's do our first function, which is void. We'll do set data. Leave it all lowercase. The first string is going to be a name. And the next string is going to be account type. For my checking and saving, checking or savings. It's the ACC type. Double, or balance will be L, and then we do double interest rates. Alright, so there, let's go ahead and semicolon that. Next, let's go void deposit. This is going to be double. Right there. Double dollar amount. Then we'll do withdrawal. Withdrawal, that is. And it's also going to be a double dollar amount. Dollars and cents. So it's going to be. Then we'll go double here and get interest. And let's go void update balance. Then we'll do void print constant. It's going to be open structure. Let's use integer, call it get account number. Same. Now let's do strings, string. First one, get account holder name. Next string, let's go get account type. Checking or savings. Next, let's go over our doubles. Let's get balance. And let's go structure there. And then get interest rate. Another double. Bank account. And we'll do string space name will equal, and we'll do a set of quotes there. No space needed. And we'll do string ACC type. And that equals to quotes again. And let's go comma there. Balance BAL equals 0.0, comma, and double interest rate, market rate, which equals 0.0. It goes initialize, 0, and boom. And now we can do our private information. So here with this private information, this is basically, as a person, as a teller, you'll see this information, but the customer won't. So certain things they don't need to know, I need to see, because they can see everybody. So you're going to hide this from the regular user. Alright, so let's go static integer, call it num, then we'll go string, account holder name, another string, account type, integer, account number, So everything looks good with our class. But before we're done, let's go ahead and put a semicolon there, and that should clear up all of the errors. So we're going to scroll up, make sure we got everything correctly. Two strings, two doubles, big count. Alright, so let's roll with that. So let's go next. Just close that out. Scroll over here. And next, we'll get our implementation file. Start that. Let's see. Here we'll start again with the include statements. So remember on the class, we only had to do two because we didn't have to use the class name. So let's go with our first one. And this is just showing you that there's no particular order they need to go in, so we'll switch it up as per the book. So our next include statement, I know usually we put the header file last, but we'll show you here that it can go in any order. So let's do bank accounts .h, and then underneath that, let's include our IO minute. Right, and just like on the last one, you can skip a space or you don't have to. It's merely for cosmetics and easy to read for programmers by skipping a space between that. Namespace std, integer, call it bank accounts. Oops. And then we'll use our double colons, called num equals 100. So that is percentage. So let's go void bank account. Set data, our first variable, our first function. We're just repeating that string called name. And then we'll do string account type. Double BAL, balance, and another double called int rate for interest rates. And then here we don't need a semicolon, but we do need our brackets. And that should clear up that fault. And let's go ahead and name these account holder name. Type will equal ACC type, account number, will equal num equals num plus 100. Balance equals BAL, BAL, and interest rates. Rate equals int rate, and divide by 100 because we're doing percentages for interest rate. Alright, so now that we got that done, we got our variables defined in our function. Take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Alright, let's move to our next function. Just go ahead and count. I'm going to copy this to make life easier for the next few functions. So there's a void bank account, and then this will be deposit, and it's going to be double amount AMT. Go down, put some brackets. And call balance equals balance plus amount. AMT is. Alright. Let's go to our next function. This will be update balance. Make that empty. Get out with the brackets. And here balance equals balance. Balance equals balance plus balance times interest rate. So this time let's deal with the double here instead of void. So let's go back. This one we'll make it get interest. So bracket. This time we're going to return balance times interest rate. So that'll get you not the percentage. So interest rate is a percentage. So the balance times the percentage is the amount of interest that is there. So that's why it's a double. Because it's going to be, if it's $2.22 is your interest, then it'll show that as a double. Alright, so let's go to our next one. This will be void. And it'll be withdrawal. And it's going to be a double here. So amount. Oops. Brackets. Let's go. There we go. And we're going to see out this time. And we're going to use the variable. Actually, we also have our precision here as well. Fixed show point. Set precision. Fix that. And let's make it 2. Right. And then let's do an if here. Amount is less than or equal to the balance. So if you withdraw the amount here, double amount, which is the withdrawal. If it's less than or equal to the balance, it's going to be 0. Or let's go balance equals balance minus amount. So that'll make it 0. And if it's less than what you have in the account, we're going to see out insufficient funds, current balances. So this will be before the withdrawal. So you know you're trying to get $100 and you got 99. So we'll use the variable balance, and then let's inline there. Alright, and that function is complete. Let's go capital I for insufficient. Alright. So, okay, after withdrawal, let's do print. So let's go void bank account, and then we'll go print, and then we'll do all of our spacing and whatnot. This is a constructor. So let's go to brackets. Let's do again our set precision. name. Balance account or the variable account holder. Oops. Holder name. And line there. Oops. See out. Type. Well, okay, so account type, colon, space, and then we'll use the variable account type. Line. So let's say variable, now we got a camel case, it's going to be that. Right, so see out. Time, count number. Boom. And we'll use a variable count number. See out. Next one is going to be balance. Rate. Then we'll use the variable interest rate. And we're cleared up. Actually, let's do, sorry, not, we're going to use the actual percentage, so let's times that by 100, it's converted, and then let's add in our percentage symbol, oops, so it's not really doing the math, it's just adding it on, then inline, there we go, so now we got that output lit, print. So let's see. Let's do get account number next. So let's go here and let's make this an integer. Remember it was 1100 for the example. So no decimals in that one. So integer get account number. Brackets and oops. Continue. Structure. ST. There we go. Now let's do our brackets. And we'll say return account number. Name. The name is going to be a string. Name right there. And same thing. Constructor. And let's go ahead and brackets and return account number. savings. It's also going to be a string. Get account type. That constructor. And let's use brackets. And we'll return account type. Balance. Balance is going to be a double, so we'll change that. And then we'll go and brackets and return balance. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Alright, so our next variable, let's move on. So we got the double, get balance. Let's see. So now let's go and get the interest rate. Just then. The whole thing. Double, get interest rate. Constructor. So let's go ahead and bracket, and we'll return. Remember again, we're going to do interest rate times 100. And then do our final function. It's going to be just actually we'll do the constructor. Let's go bank accounts, bank accounts. And just like we did at the top, this here, set data, it's going to be just the same. So let's copy that inside the bracket. Bring the name, account type, double balance, double interest rate. So we'll go down from here, over, and then put our brackets in. And all that should clear up. And then we'll go set data here. And then we'll just do name, comma, account type. Balance, comma, interest rate. And there, we'll use our semicolon, and we are golden. So, bank account, names, type, interest rate, we do our main, we'll go back to actually I spelled this wrong this part. So it's something, there we go. Sometimes it's hard to find those, but we found it. Alright, so we got no errors on our implementation file. Double check that again. Close that here and go to our main. And shouldn't have too much work to do in the main. Actually, this is going to be kind of epic. Alright, so let's get busy. Alright, so let's go ahead. Our include statement. We'll add our arrow manip. And then we'll do our header file. It's called account.h. Namespace is already there, so let's go ahead and under our namespace before we get to our main function. Let's add our functions. We'll go void menu and semicolon void sub menu and we'll do an integer search. List, array, box, comma, integer, length, comma, integer called count num, cct, let's add t there, count num, and we can semicolon outside this parentheses. Let's do ampersand. Alright, so let's go to our next one. We'll do void. And we'll call add customer. And this is going to be copy this. So they're going to be exactly the same, but close enough. Alright, so let's go here. Big account list, integer box, integer length. This time we need an ampersand beside our integer. And we don't need account number. Alright, so hopefully it automatically adds that. So the next one will be void process customer. Go to this one, copy this one, process customer, and we got bank account list, integer length, and account number should be the same as that, and print, print customer data. Bank account lists, integer length. And that's all we need for that. And then we'll just add our semicolon. Alright, so that's it for our functions. And let's go down to our main. Our cosmetics there. Let's scroll up to get some space to work. So now let's go with bank account and customer lists. And remember, we're going to make room for 10 customers in an array. And let's go to integer choice. Clear our variables in this one. Another integer called num. Initialize it to 0. So we have somewhere to count from. Integer, count number. Character or char, discard. Alright, let's set our precision. And of course we're going to set it to 2 and semicolon. So let's go to menu, cout while choice does not equal 9, switch choice, and we'll use our brackets again. In our switch, we'll use our cases. So we'll go back a bit. So we'll go to case 1, and we'll go if num of customer is less than 10. Then we'll let you add customer. And customer lists. And number of customers. Customer. And let's semicolon that. Then we'll do else cout. Cannot add any new customer. And then list is full. So let's multiply. Let's simplify. Alright, let's go in. Line. Alright, next. We'll do the break. And let's move on to case 2. Here we'll just go cout enter account number. And so there. And we'll use the variables cin account number is T number. Check my variables. CT number. So here's wrong. My variables, if I didn't spell it correctly. It's like here, all these should be the same. And then when I come here, default. So alright, so we fixed that. And then so from here we're just in this line. Alright, so then let's see. We can skip a space and stay in the case 2. So we separate those couts and we'll use process customer. And we'll use the variables customer list and num of customer, number of customer, and we'll also use account number. And that's going to need a semicolon, and we'll use our break. Alright, and we can do case 3, but case 3 should be a lot simpler. So case 3, colon, and here we could just do print customer data. And this is going to be composed of customer lists, customer lists, okay. semicolon. Break. Let's do our defaults. These cases are done. Cout invalid choice inline. Alright, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Alright, so once we do that, we can step outside of our switch statement. And then just under that, let's skip a space. And we can go right before the switch statement started, and we can repeat this menu. This block right here. So let's copy that, bring this down on line 57, right in line with this out bracket. And we got the menu. And if we go ahead and push tab these over, and let's see, that goes there. So we come here and pull up our return 0. So we're done with that portion of our main. So we can scroll down to 66. And let's see, make sure we're good to go here. Start our functions. Let's go back down to 67. Everything looks good. Okay, so our first function, we can copy and paste them, or we can just type them in. It's up to you. Short ones I'll type in. Since the function name is short, I'll just type it in. Let's go to void menu, and we'll just need our brackets, and we'll do some copy and paste here. So we'll see out. And we're going to do our menu options. Which one is going to be enter 1 to add a new customer. And then we'll go over to inline. So what I'll do is copy this and paste it again for our menu choices for this. So it'll be 2, 3, and 9. Change these numbers 2, 3, and 9, and then here 2, 3, and 9. 2, 3, and 9. So let's see. Next, we'll do enter 2 for an existing customer. Customer, enter 3 to print the customer's data. And then 9 to exit the program. Alright, so that's all we need for that one. So let's go down, skip a space here, and do our void submenu. And then do that again. Make sure you copy the image menu. So let's use our brackets, and same thing with cout. And we'll use 1, enter 1 to make a deposit. And then we'll do loop, and then we'll inline. Then from here we'll go copy and paste again to make it easy. 2, 3, 9, and we'll do what we did last time. 2, 3, 9, all we need for that one. Bring this up. Alright, so next, let's go to our next one. We can copy and paste that one. Integer search. So we'll copy this, everything but the semicolon again. Bring it down. Variables, bank account list, integer length, and integer account number ACCT. Alright, so let's plus some brackets. And let's use our integer I equals 0. Semicolon I is less than length. Semicolon and I plus plus to increment it. So we'll go here. We'll do another if lists I in the array box. Let's do a dot get account number. And we'll equals account number. Or account num. And then let's return get account number, so capital A. Okay, let's go and return I. Semicolon. Alright, so that's it for our search function. Actually, we better do -1 to 2. So let's go over underneath the 4. And we return -1. So there we have that one finished. Let's go to our next function. And we got void. This one's add customer. Let's see. Everything but the semicolon. And that looks good. So let's go down to our brackets. First one is going to be string, and that's going to be called name. Colon, and then another variable, string again, account type, ACCT, type, semicolon. Then we'll add a double called deposit. Semicolon, oops, semicolon. And the next double I'll call interest rate. Semicolon. So here we'll do a giant if. The length is less than 10. And let's see, use a bracket this time. And we'll see out. Enter customer's name. Get line, CN, and then name. So that. See out, and Alright, so let's go enter amount to be deposited to open accounts. Variable. Next, we'll go lists, and we'll add right brackets, length plus plus to increment it, set data, and we'll use the variables name, count type, ACT type, deposit, and interest rate. Variables, and let's go ahead and use that one. Alright, so that is the end of if statement. So rather than that, let's go ahead and do our else. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Alright, so let's go to our else statement, and some cases. Let's do customer. Got more than 10. So we're going to see out. So let's go points, and we'll say customers. List is full. And tell them, can I add another customer? And let's go there. Alright, so that's it for that function. Bracket F1. Go to our next function here, process customer. This is where most of the work is going to come in. We can probably switch that. Look at these cases to see. Enter deposit, it's like we'll type it up. So let's go ahead and copy and paste process customer. Account list, if length, and enter account number. place, so let's go to our brackets. And let's declare some variables. The first one we're going to call an integer, call it index. Then we'll do a double, call it amount. And index equals search. And we use list, length, and account num. Use semicolon there. We'll come down to our if. Index does not equal 0, or nothing does not equal -1. And we'll go brackets, and let's use submenu. And semicolon, and then we'll use integer selection. Selection and see out. All right. Selection not equal 9. We'll add our switch here. Selection and a bracket. Let's go to case 1 and we'll do see out and we'll say enter amount to be deposited. Deposit and amount in parentheses. So there we can break and we can go to case 2. For case 2, let's make it easier on ourselves. Copying case 1 and using it for case 2 to start. So let's change this 1 to 2. And this time we're going to enter amount to be withdrawn. Amount is going to still be used. We'll use inline this time. Spread this up. 1. And we'll do list index withdraw amount. By doing it this way, you can see the difference between deposit and withdrawal and what we need to change. Here's our break, and then we'll do the same thing for case 3. Case 3 will be slightly different, of course. Case 3, this is going to be here. I'll need this for case 3 because it's going to. Let's bring it up a little more. So we'll do list index dot print, and this is going to be void. And then we'll use break, and then we'll go to our default to end the case switch. Default colon, and then we'll see out case over, so case stays on with the switch. Yeah, that's why. And we'll bring everything over one indent to the left. Yeah, more sense. So there we go. Something went off. Got it corrected. Default goes with the case. And there we go. Now we got that bracket completed. This is our switch. It's underneath our switch bracket. So, it's like we did before. We go up top to before and find that it's all jumbled. Let's just do it again. Use submenu and open bracket, semicolon, CIN, selection, semicolon, and cout. Alright, so as we did before, we did it again. And let's go here, let's find our if. Here's our if. So underneath our if, we can do an else for that. So this one, else. Still the same, we'll do cout, invalid customer ID. So here. And that's it for that function. So last function, we got the print. And it shouldn't be that much going on with it. Let's copy everything except for the semicolon. And let's paste that here on 71. And we got the print customer data, bank account list, and integer length. So let's do our brackets. Here all we need is our 4. And we'll do integer I equals 0, semicolon, I less than length, semicolon, and I plus plus. So we got there, lists, we got I in the array box, print, and oops, I'll fix that, semicolon, let's erase this out box, and let's put it back here, and that's good to go. Alright, so let's see out in here, let's go back and see how many asterisks they'll have on this statement. 29 asterisks. Let's make our quotes, and let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Might be 30, but we have a fault. We know we don't get 100%. We know where to look first. And line, and then let's get line, semicolon. Alright, so that's it for our functions. Let's scroll up. Slowly check to see if we have anything out of order. And it appears to be good to go. So I'm going to go to the main, go here, and try to run this baby. So I'm going to do enter, so let's go as they did. Let's enter Dave Brown, checking $10,000. So 1, enter Dave Brown, checking calculate our grade, make sure we got everything right, everything to standard at least. While that's waiting, let's take a break. We'll be right back after this. Alright, so we do got our green and our 100%, so let's look at the code. Let's go over and start with our header file. And I'll run you through that. Make sure you pause if you need to, as we're going to slowly go through line 1 through 18. Pause it if you need to, as we're scrolling down to the next lines. And then there's line 19, or let's go into the text, or into the code. So pause if you need to. We're going to scroll down slower one more time for the header file. That's the bankaccount.h. And should you pause if you need to, or rewind. Right, so that's it. Don't forget your semicolon after the last bracket on line 32. Let's close that and let's scroll over to our implementation file, the bankaccount.imp.cpp implementation file. And I'll close that back so you can see the full screen. So on here, bankaccount.imp implementation. This is line 1 through 18. So pause it if you need to. We're going to scroll down. It's line 19 through 35. Same thing, pause it if you need to pause it. And we got line 36 through 53. And line 54 through 70. And then going down line 71 to the end of the code. So that's all we have. We'll slow roll it one more time. So remember, pause it if you need to. If you need to rewind it, that's fine. Let's slow roll through. Once again, this is our implementation file, bankaccount.imp.cpp. Last one we're going to do is our main, so let's close that out. Go over here, and our main CPP, not the exe. Let's do our main CPP. Let's close that. And let's look at line 1 through 18. Pause if you need to. We're scrolling faster on this one. 19 is empty, so let's go to 20. And that's 20 to 36, starting with case 1. Pause if you need to. Scrolling down. 37 through 51. Once again, pause if you need to. Scrolling down again. 52 through 66. Scrolling 67 through 83 or through 84. Scrolling again. 85 through 101. Scrolling 102 to 117. Pause if you need to. Let's get line. Alright, down to 118 through 133. And 134 is blank, so 135 to 150. And 151 to 164, and on down to 165 to the end of the code. Alright, so let's slow roll it one more time. So you get it. Remember, you can pause or rewind it, go backwards if you need to. Alright, so that was it for programming in C++, exercise 10-21. 10-22 and 10-23 are practice. You can do those if you have time. I'm not going to go over those. They're not graded. But we'll go straight into our next program exercise. So programming in C++ part 2, programming exercise 10-24, reminding you that exercise 21 and 22, or 22 and 23 are practice. So we're not doing those. So let's go and see what 10-24 has in store for us. So here we're going to write the definitions of the member functions of class integer manipulation, not given in example 1011, or not given in example 10-11. Also add the following operations to this class. We'll split the number into blocks of n-digit numbers starting from right to left and find the sum of these n-digits numbers. Note that the last block may not have n-digits. If needed, add additional instance variables. Determine the number of zeros. Determine the number of even digits. Determine the number of odd digits. Also write a program to test the class inter manipulation. The header file for the class inter manipulation has been provided for you. All right, test 1, program runs correctly. That's all we need to make sure happens. So we don't need to do the header file, but let's look at it to see what they provided for us. And here they walk us through what each one of these are doing. So for the set number function, the set number, post condition is number equals n, and so on. So you can take some time to look over that if you want to. I'm just going to leave it as reference on the next other screen and move it over and open it again here. Okay, and let's go into our implementation folder or implementation file, and we have all our work here to do. So let's go down and start our include statements, and we'll include IOStream, and we'll use, this is where you're dealing with integers and manipulation. Let's use our CMath. And since this is the implementation file, we have to add our class file, or class name, which is integer manipulation .h for the header file. Integer, there's no R after that, integer. So if you spell it wrong, you won't be able to find it like spelling your file name. Let's go to using namespace st, and let's see. Let's start with our first variable. We'll call it void integer manipulation. Set name. This will be long, and we'll call it n for number. So let's do brackets, and then we'll define it here by saying num equals n. So, all right, let's go. I'm going to copy and paste this because I don't want to use it again. Let's see what we got here. Integer manipulation equals n. Alright, so everything looks good. I'm going to copy and paste this. I'm not going to use it right away, but I will be using it again. Alright. Oh. So this will be set num. So it's not name, set num. Here, let's go long, and then enter manipulation. But let's go ahead and move the void this time. We already got long. So now we'll do get num. Let's go. Get it. So we gotta do is return it. Semicolon. Alright. reverse the number. So let's go reverse num. Leave that empty. And let's go brackets. So we'll leave that there for now. And we'll do void. Actually, let's delete this. Void integer manipulation. This time we'll do classify digits. And let's go. This time we got long. Call it temporary or temp. And temp equals ABS num. And we'll do integer digit. Semicolon. Alright, so here. Do a while statement. Call it temp does not equal 0. Right. Let's see, let's go down, let's do our brackets. Let's do digit equals temp minus brackets temp divided by 10. And let's go times 10. These brackets. Let's go times 10. Give me all these brackets. Oh, that's what I did. Semicolon here, and move this bracket down out of the way because it's the close bracket for our while statement. And up here, line up with digits and go temp equals temp divided by 0. 10 divided by 0 by 10. So next digit. We'll use a percent symbol 2 equals 0. That's what I was thinking about. And then our if statement, let's use our brackets for the if. And here, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Alright, with our if, let's go to even count. Write this off. Even count. And plus plus. Semicolon. And set off even count. Oh, it's evens, I guess. And at the other, right, if digit equals 0, 0 zeros count plus plus. And let's see. Let's go outside of this if brackets. And let's add our else to this one. And simply do odds plus plus. Odds count plus plus. And let's see. Yeah, we're good with that function. And let's go. Now let's go to the simpler ones. Let's go. Copy those. Let us go. Copy that. Integer manipulation. Let's go integer. So this time I'm going to use get evens count. And there you have it. Let's complete this whole thing. Use this a couple times. And we'll get odds count. And return odds count. I'm going to copy that one up there. Or capitalize that one, I should say. Odds count, return odds count. And the next one, let's see. We'll do this integer also. This will be zeros count. Return zeros count. Let's go. And we'll do one more. No, it's not going to be the same. This one will be called Some Digits. And we won't return anything, but we will use integer. Sum equals 0. So let's initialize that. Let's go long. Temp equals num. And integer last digit. And here we'll use while. Temp does not equal 0. And it's just we got while, we definitely got brackets, and we'll go to last digit. Equals temp minus, again, temporary number divided by 10. And then times by times 10. And we'll use sum plus or sum equal sum plus last digit. And temp will equal temp divided by 10. So temporary number divided by 10. Where'd you get space? Then we got our bracket, and then now we just need to, after this while bracket, let's go down and return sum. And we'll do our last constructor. This is our copy, and we don't need none of that. So brackets. So let's leave it like that. Let's go just integer. Relation, copy this again because it's going to go on the other side of that. Relation. And here we can use our long in. And we have brackets. We're not going to return anything. We're going to use our variables like we did before. Num in. Num equals in. And we use reverse num equals 0. Evens count. Evens count equals 0. Odds count equals 0. Zeros count equals 0. Alright, so it looks like we got everything done there. Scroll that up to the top, and we'll try to run it from our companion. So we get, oh, I didn't even do the main. So we're jumping from, there we go, main execute. So let's close that out, and let's go over to our, jumping the gun here. Let's get our main point. include statements. We need IO manip and our header file name. And it's called integer manipulation. Spell it right. Should be no issues. But if you misspell it like I did, integer, oh, not H. There you go. Namespace. So let's go ahead and make some room here, get this popping, and we'll use copy and paste that because I hate spelling it. Alright, out here, let's put this down here to start. And we'll do number. Wow. Long. And that would be num as well. Or num. That's the way. It's crowding me. Needs one space to work. Alright, so let's go cout. And enter an integer. And we'll do cin. And then we'll use the variable num. And we'll cout and line. And we'll do number dot set num. Number in parentheses, semicolon, space with a number dot classify digits. Classify digits and semicolon. Then we'll do cout. So number dot get num. These are parentheses. Let's go here. Let's use the dash or the underscore. No, let's use a dash. So the underscore will connect. Yeah, they'll connect. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dashes. And then inline. And we got here. I can't use this semicolon there yet. Because we're going to continue. So let's go here with a space, quote, number of even digits. Again, number dot get evens count. Parentheses, inline again, but no semicolon. This time, we get number of zeros. And let's go. Same thing. I'll start copying these. These are getting on my nerves. Should have been doing this. Let's go. Copy. So number of zeros, just get number, it'll be zeros count. And then inline. And then after that, we get the number of odds. And it'll be odds count. Okay. And then now the sum of the digits. And we'll do that licked. So we're going to go ahead and run this up here. Return 0. Now we can try to run it. Let's see what we get. Integer 12. There it is. Alright, so looks good. So let's go ahead and calculate the grade. And let's take a quick break while that calculates. We'll be back after this. Alright, so we got our green check along with 100%. So let's show you these. Our integer, we didn't have to do anything here. But if you want to look at this to kind of understand what we did for each of these functions, you can. But we won't go over that. We'll go with our implementation file first. Show you in case you still showing errors. Let's go with line 1 through 18. Remember, you can pause it as you need to. 19 is empty. So let's go 20 to 37. 38 to 53. 54 to 71. And 72 to 87. And then that's our end at 88. So we'll slow roll it for you one more time. Remember, pause, rewind it as needed. And here we go. Alright, remember this is our integer manipulation IMP or implementation file. There you have it. Close that out. Now here, if you want to get to your main file, don't use the exe, use the CPP or C++. So click it here, and I'll show you this one as well. Here's line 1 through 18. Make sure you pause it if you need to. Going down, 19 is blank, and we're at the end of the code. Alright, so we'll slow roll it one more time, the same thing. Pause it as many times as you need to, rewind it if you need to. Right here is the code. Alright, so once again, thanks for joining, thanks for watching the video. That's it for chapter 10. So stay tuned with chapter 11 and more videos in this series. If you haven't already done so, smash the like button, leave a comment, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Remember, it only takes less than 1 minute to create a YouTube channel or YouTube login, and it is absolutely free. So take care, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next one.